And welcome into Coming Off the Edge, a new fantasy football podcast. It is Tuesday, June 8th, man. Wow, I can't believe it's episode 7. And for those of you that don't know, what we do here on this show is we just kick it. We have a good time. We talk fantasy football, whatever else is on our minds. And you're in for a treat this week because Twitter has spoken, and we are doing a frozen pizza draft. I guess they have some kind of draft related.
I'm eating frozen pizza, and you guys are talking.
Actually, maybe a toppings draft.
It's cooked.
I mean, Jeff is being nice. He put his chewing on mute. How respectful. I'm going to call him out first. Jeff Bell, welcome. For whom J Bell tolls. What's going on today, bud?
I'm excited. You know, I love pizza, and I have a particular brand that is my favorite frozen pizza. So, you know, at first I was a little bit skeptical about doing this idea, and I think it kind of came out of my disdain for pizza rolls, and people just don't agree with me. And you know, that you know, a lot of times an idea gets planted as a little seed, and then it just kind of germinates and grows. And here we are doing a whole episode about frozen pizza. Now, certainly, we're open to sponsorship. Unfortunately, nobody has come through yet. So we are giving you our unbiased takes here on pizza. So I'm excited to be here. So thank you.
Dude, Chef, how many do you got? What is behind you?
All right, so I got excited. I got excited at the notion of having actually food on a fantasy football podcast or a football show, because I've been the FF_chef and on Twitter, and most people don't know that I actually am a chef. All right, other than my fantasy football takes and my writing and my contributions across multiple platforms on Twitter and around social media, I am a chef. I am a personal chef. I own my own company, and I'm taking this opportunity here to do a taste test because I am not a frozen pizza connoisseur per se. I live in Jersey. There's pizzerias on every corner. I'm from New York originally. Go Giants. There's good pizza everywhere we go for the most part. You know, there are some ones that we stay away from, of course. And we also always have our favorites, but it made me think, like, other places around the country, they don't have good pizza, unfortunately. I'm not going to name any states or anything like that. And there's the Bell, and that's the first set of 10 different types of frozen pizza that we'll be trying today. I'm going to kick it to Nate just to say what's up. What's going on, Nate?
Talking. I'm eating. You guys keep talking. Keep talking, man. I'm eating. This is good.
It's a pleasure to be here. I've only really ever known Totino's in my life. So I got Totino's because it's my favorite. But I also picked up some Red Baron and some DiGiorno's tonight just to try it out. It's crazy. Dude, I had no idea how expensive frozen pizza was, man. Like, went to buy it today. Like, some of these are like $8, $9, $10. I was going to do a gluten-free in solidarity with Jeff over there. But those are even more expensive. Like, wow, dude, it's crazy. Like,
what do you got? Wait, you said you got Red Baron,
DiGiorno's, and Totino's.
I'm eating Giordano's.
So gluten-free is a great fad right now, which I am a gluten-free diet, not by choice.
Right.
But it's great that it's popular because it's giving me options, but at the same time, it like jacks the price up because all these people that think you're going to eat gluten-free will improve your figure. And if you look at me, my figure has not been improved by eating gluten-free. So it is what it is.
So shout out. So I got Jax. I got Home Run In. Shout out to Steven there in the chat. Shout out Home Run In. And then I got a Totino's, but I haven't cooked that right. It's still in the oven.
So I decided to do mine ahead, obviously, for the nice market spread there. And but I'm going to start out with the appetizer section, and you know, and as we get into things, we'll start talking a little bit of football as well. I mean, you guys will definitely finish your pizza before my pizza gets done. But shout out to Totino's. I got the pizza bites here. You know, a nice little Sunday appetizer. I got the bagel bite. You know, everybody loves a little bagel bite, and all of these are pepperoni, so I'm not going to go bias. All right, so I'm a pepperoni fan. Everything's pepperoni, and then I got the old school Elio's pizza.
No idea.
Which is a frozen pizza from my past when I was a little kid, man. So these things are like super hot. I might have to actually let it cool down for a second.
Come on, dude, you're edging us.
You're
All right,
coming
come
on
on.
the edge, baby.
So you're talking about appetizers, right? How do we relate this to fantasy football? So appetizers, who's your appetizer fantasy football equivalent guy? What is an appetizer? You know, it's meant to just be munched on with a group of friends or yourself. You know, you're not having too much of it, but it's always there, and you're always taking a bagel bite. You're always taking a couple rolls, you know?
So no player, but Thursday Night Football is my appetizer.
Totally.
Because
all right, dude, yeah,
I will not miss Thursday Night Football. And it's so funny because I love football and I watch it all weekend. But usually kind of by Sunday, Monday night, I'm kind of watching the fantasy stuff and I'm starting to chill out a little bit. But Thursday, I am all in and I will watch that game. And it's brilliant marketing to put it on that day. And I think a lot of people can probably relate where it just hits it perfect. You're ready for that point of the week, ready for your week to be over. And that is the appetizer because I will eat that and watch that every single week.
Shout out.
I like that. That's a good call. I was going to say David Montgomery because, like, I nibble at David Montgomery in my leagues, but I never fully dig in. I don't get a full plate of David Montgomery. I get a little appetizer plate of David Montgomery.
And I'll add to that and say like a hot take. Like I'm never the hot takey guy.
I don't think any of
it's not what I do. I mean, there's some people out there that just go out and say, oh, Josh Jacobs, running back one, no matter what. That's a hot take right now. But it's just about, this pizza's cooling off a little bit. It's a little bit of an appetizer. But yeah, that's my appetizer when it comes to fantasy football information and content. I'm not the guy that turn around and say, put asinine takes out there.
That's right.
I do my studying and then I'll put up a couple of knowledgeable things.
But we all want a hot take or two, So you got to get a couple appetizers here and there.
Well, yeah.
Jeff's not
my one is Nick Chubb running back.
Are they hot takes if you really believe them in your heart of hearts? Like if you really believe in your heart of hearts that Josh Jacobs is running back one, is it a hot take?
No.
If he's ranked running back 22,
I believe everything I say. I mean, I'm not just saying things I don't believe. So people don't agree with me, like Justin Fields quarterback one, but that's on you. But
see, I'm with you, Jeff. I'm with you on that one. I think we can honestly say that the four of us here, none of us are hot take people. When we say something, when we give a take in fantasy, we believe it. And we believe it enough that we will ride it. And we've got receipts. And if we're wrong, we'll own up to it. But we believe these are things that are actually going to happen. Like Justin Fields, QB1. I'm right there with you, Jeff.
Shout out.
I just wouldn't want to put out information that would sway someone away from winning a championship. Like that's the whole reason why I'm here, like to help out the fantasy community and put good information out there. I'm not going to sit there and sell you a sour bagel bite,
sourdough,
and tell you that it's Premier Pizza. I just can't do it.
Right, exactly.
Good link there. That was some good cross-referencing right there, Chef.
As I crushed the bagel bite.
Uh-oh. Hey, how was that bagel bite?
It's all right. I think the pizza roll is better.
Dude, yeah, of course.
Shout out to Tino's.
I just had 2 Jack slices. Are you guys like a Jack's, a Tombstone? So they're pretty much what equivalent. So let's see. What are wide receiver duos? A Jack's, a Tombstone, a Jerry Jeudy, a Cortland Sutton,
maybe a Robert Woods Cooper Cup.
Robert Woods Cooper Cup. Which one are you? So which pizza are you taking, Jack's or Tombstone?
Well, I don't know the Jack's brand. I can't say on that, but definitely out of those duo wide receivers, my main man, Robert Woods, Bobby Trees.
I'm going Jack.
I did an article recently on him, calling him Mr. Reliable, because for the past 3-4 years, this guy is just riding the low end of wide receiver one territory, no matter what he does. Even if he misses a game, he's still there. Like the fantasy points per game coming out of Robert Woods is just, it's solid. It's reliable, consistent production on a year-to-year basis.
Like a Jack's pizza.
And then he gets Matthew Stafford thrown in the mix there, man. It's just like a new chef reborn. Yeah, it's like putting a crushed red pepper on something that was already spicy, man. Yeah. Let's go.
Oregano? Huh? A little OG? A little parsley after and make it shine. You got to get the green to give it a little pop,
Absolutely.
Maybe a little parm. Shout out a little parm. I got Parmesan and Romano. I mean, I know this probably isn't cheese, but it's delicious.
Oh, it's definitely cheese.
Well,
what else would it be?
I don't know. Cardboard.
I mean,
I don't think they're feeding you cardboard, Corey.
I mean, I'd eat it.
If it was grated up and put in the right packaging.
dude, if it tastes good, who cares what it is? I gotta say, this is the first time I've ever had DiGiorno's. Very good. Like,
Wow, which one did you get? Rising crust, thin crust,
the rising crust pepperoni.
just pep. I mean, a classic.
It's
How's
good.
it feeling so far? DiGiorno, sponsor the show. If
For
you
real.
sponsor the show, you're
Rising
the best
crust.
frozen pizza.
Or Totino's. That's my next piece. I just had Red Baron also for the first
Ooh,
time.
Red Baron's good. I really wanted to
I
get
love
it. But Jack's was cheaper, and like you said, how expensive frozen pizza was. I just spent whatever it was, $15 on 3 pizzas. So I can't imagine what Chef is like. He's like, I'd have made 10 pizzas.
I'm in the $40 range for this experiment, and I'll run down the list of who I have. I have the Elio's, the Freshetta, the DiGiorno stuffed crust personal pie, the Bagel Bites, the Totino's pizza rolls. I have a Red Baron. I have a Tony's. I have a Tombstone. And I have the shout out Outsiders Pizza.
Maybe
I have because I'm really intrigued to see. Shout out to the Detroit style pizza, which I've never had, which looked from the eye test, it looked really good. So on film, it's the eye test right now. It's my pizza number 1, but I haven't gotten there yet. It'll be later in the show. So stay tuned.
Are you raising your hand to get called on, Corey?
Yeah, it's like a
Corey,
I don't want to interrupt and be rude. He was saying his stuff, man. I just want to let you guys know that I got something to say. So, Chef, he's making Outsiders Detroit style. I went to Target last weekend, and that's where Outsiders. It's where their frozen pizza is. Shout out to Outsiders. However, they only had the Chicago style there at Outsiders, right? I was saving it for today. The weekend happens. You get a couple drinks, right? Maybe whatever else is going on. I made it. And let me tell you, Outsiders, I was really disappointed. In the Chicago style. I mean, it wasn't like Chicago style. It was halfway up there. They did its thing, but, I don't know how I felt about it. So I'm hoping the Detroit style with Chef is going to be able to make it happen. And shout out Outsiders. But not only that, guys. Who are we missing today?
Cooter.
We're missing
Cooter. Oh,
there we go.
I'm here.
There we go. All right.
Oh, hey,
that was
Cooter.
better.
Wow.
I saved some appetizers for you, Cooter. I got a pizza roll left. There's a bagel bite left.
I'm just
it's like those
excited.
petite pies. They're just like little pizzas.
I'm just waiting every time your oven goes ding. I'm just like, that's what I'm waiting for.
Oh, it's coming. It's working. I just put some. I put the Freshetta in, and I put the Red Baron in next to it.
Yeah.
This is absurd, but I love it.
I didn't mess around. Mine's gone. I ate a whole pizza. I'll just tell you right now.
I gotta
It's
go
all
get
gone.
more slices. Hold on, be right back.
That's
I've got the
absurd.
better part of 3 pizzas in this little warming oven behind me, and I plan on eating all of it. So
Good for you. I applaud.
terrible.
Where's
they have
Steven in the
pizza?
chat? Shout out Steven _Roto. He says that Outsiders is underrated, and that brings me to mind. Who is an underrated quarterback this year?
It was
Underrated.
Lamar Jackson at first, but I feel like people
Right
are
now, we're
starting to
talking
forget.
right now. We're talking June. What is it? 8th?
Well, I mean, like a week ago, I feel like it was him.
So this is going to sound silly, but dude, I don't think people are understanding the impact that Matthew Stafford is going to have in LA.
Yep.
And I'm not saying he's underrated in the respect that, dude, that offense is going to be unbelievable. He actually has a shot at getting to a Super Bowl for the first time in his career. He got away from Detroit. I don't think people are understanding enough like what he's going to mean to that team. I'm getting him way too late in drafts, like way too late. And I'm fine with it, but also
So I'm gonna shout out to our boy Troy King, my underrated. So I'm looking at ranks and I'm seeing all these Dolphins weapons like Jalen Waddle, Devonta Parker, Mike Gesicki, and
Hunter
Will
Long.
Fuller are all kind of ranks in a very useful fantasy spot, but everybody hates Tua. And so Tua had a massive hip injury towards the end of his college career that takes a minute to get back from. And if you're going to have all these tertiary options, all these different options in the passing game be fantasy relevant, if he's going to make 4 wide receivers fantasy relevant or a tight end, then Tua is very underrated right now. And I know I got him in the Chaos League. I stole him from Troy, but he is a guy that he's a young quarterback that I feel like people are just too harsh on him because – it's a rookie year last year. You're coming off the hip injury. You're splitting time with Ryan Fitzpatrick. You're getting yo-yoed a little bit. I think that he's a guy that everybody is kind of down on that. I think he's going to do big things, especially with the weapons that they provided for him.
Absolutely.
No, absolutely.
I'm on board with Tua. I really am.
Up until 2 days ago, everybody was kind of shitting on or sleeping on Tannehill too. And all of a sudden people are like, which not much is changing, but I mean, like, he's been somebody you should have been stealing in the draft, and now all of a sudden everyone's about it,
Well, now that you brought it up, guys, Julio Jones, Tennessee Titans. What's good?
What we call a segue?
We're making two.
Unless you talked about it already when I was gone.
Nope,
Look at this toast.
No. And I want to stay on the topics that Cooter shouted out real fast before we get into the Julio Jones news. Because there's two kinds of fantasy players. There's two kinds of dynasty players. There's players that take risks and go out and get Ryan Tannehill and Julio Jones in startups before they get before the Julio trade. And then there's others that follow along. And for those of you that follow along, now you're paying the extra price. You just missed your window on Julio Jones. You just missed your window on Ryan Tannehill. And it's a sell now window for Ryan Tannehill because, I mean, how long is Julio really going to be there?
5 years.
5 years.
You think 5 years?
No.
Man's 31 years old.
He's 32.
Give him respect.
I think that is a great point. So I had a tweet yesterday, and I saw a lot of stuff with the Gus Edwards extension. Everybody seemed to be reacting to J.K. Dobbins' value with that. With Julio Jones, why? We should have known these things. If you're paying attention at all, these are not reactionary things. These should have been baked into the price of everybody. You should be anticipating these things. So if you're out here and you're waiting for these types of things to happen and then offering your opinion, quite frankly, I don't care about your opinion. I'm sorry.
I want more of this.
Baked like a pizza.
Hey, let's go.
That's what I like. Fired up, Jeff. I love it.
Hey, shout out to the Cooter Doodle YouTube, though. I mean, if we all watched her video, we would understand how to react.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to tweet about it.
All right, so now I got the fresh Shedda in, and let's do a fresh take. What's someone's fresh take for the Tennessee Titans this year? They finished the top of their division last year at 11-5. They trade Corey Davis for now Julio Jones. They get rid of Jonnu Smith. What happens with Anthony Ferkser? Can we get a take on Ferkser? Because I think he had some kind of targets last year. I mean, he's sitting at what tight end 25 right now. Does he go up at all, or does he stay there? Does he go down? What?
I think he stays. I don't think there's going to be much change. I'm not buying him.
I just talked about anticipating moves. And the biggest thing right now that I am seeing that I'm waiting for the horizon is where is Zach Ertz going to land? Because that is going to alter the value. If he goes to Indy, then I really like Mo Alley Cox right now, and he's going to be gone. If he goes to Tennessee, Mo Alley Cox.
Oh, Cox.
So, and Kylan Granson, shout out, young rookie tight end, put on the end of your dynasty rosters. He's a move tight end. They love to use the tight end in the offense. He's a great option to add to the end of your bench. Now, I think that Tennessee is certainly in play. I looked up the other day. Todd Downing is the new offensive coordinator. He was the offensive coordinator in Oakland when Jared Cook kind of had his resurgence with the Raiders. So they put a lot of value on the tight end position in his offense. And while we got early reports out of camp that Ferkser was very busy, I'm holding off and waiting and see where Zach Ertz lands because I think that very much could be a play for him there. They have announced that they're all in. They moved their second-round pick for Julio Jones. They're pushing forward. We saw them make the AFC Championship game in 2019. They're regrouping and going to make a push. And where Zach Ertz lands is going to alter the value. And if you're speculatively playing at Indy, okay, sure, I can see buying Ferkser in that regard.
Buffalo.
But this guy is going to get targets somewhere.
So, kind of maybe a spicy opinion. I'm not going to call it a hot take.
Spicy take.
I don't think Zach Ertz is a factor in 2021. I don't care where he lands. I don't think he's a factor. And if he goes to Tennessee, I still prefer Ferkser over Ertz because I just don't see it.
He's a guy.
He's a jag, right? That's the thing these days. A jag, just a guy, right?
I always say that.
I learned
I'm
that.
gonna pour some sauce on it. I'm gonna pour a little sauce on this.
Let's all talk at once.
I'll pour a little sauce on this. Last year, the tight ends for the Titans got over 115 targets. Okay. If he gets anywhere near 80 targets, I'm happy. He had 53 last year and 1 week as a tight end one. We're talking about late round tight ends here. They're a coin flip past the top 4 or 5 tight ends on a weekly basis. So when the news came out about Julio Jones, everybody's like, "Oh, Ferkser, blah blah blah." You know what? That's fine. I will pick up Ferkser at the last round of any draft and just sit there and wait and watch because he's still going to get targets in that offense. If anybody, it helps out Ryan Tannehill, which we talked about, and then Derrick Henry. He may have a little bit more yardage running. I don't know how you could have more yardage running with that, but defenses are going to have to play them honest. Otherwise, they're going to get beat downfield. So I love the ad on Julio Jones.
Can I be honest? The only big change I think comes from this is the fact that Julio has a chance at being on a Super Bowl team. That's for me, the biggest change in all of this because he was on a team that's going to bust and not make it past the Bucs, and now he has a chance. Like that's the biggest change.
What? Yeah, shout out to Julio. What number is he going to be?
I don't know. I have no idea.
11.
Not 11.
I think 8.
Jeff
I heard
knows.
8.
Jeff
I don't
knows.
know.
I saw him in a picture of 8.
10 IC.
Aha. Shout out to dude, that,
8 was his college number.
that
So.
tweet pop, dude. Yeah, 8 was his college. Shout out to Alabama, right? Yo, so what's the best one you got going, Chef?
I'm on the Red Baron right now.
It looks like you're really enjoying that one.
Yeah, you kind of tossed to him right when he had a bite in.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
I
I
think-
saw his eye rolls in the back of his head, like, oh yes, that hit the spot.
Yeah, you talk about entry price, and Ferkser might be a good entry price, but I worry that his ADP is not it's too high for you're investing him in as a borderline tight end one right now, and maybe it's dropped down, but that's what I see.
Hey, how do we feel about Hayden Hurst following that, huh?
I like Hayden Hurst
I
following
like
that.
Hayden Hurst a lot.
Yep, me too.
I think Atlanta's going to
As a
run a lot of 12
person-
formation.
Love him.
Shout out Arthur Smith, 35 to 38%, 2 tight end sets last year with the Tennessee Titans. Now he's coming over. I mean, we all know Kyle Pitts is a wide receiver, right?
Right, exactly. I don't know. Stop talking about him like he's a tight end. He's not a tight end.
I mean, he's a tight end.
I mean, he's technically a tight end, but he's not a tight end. He's going to play way more slot than
Dude,
he's going
Hayden
to play
Hurst.
traditional tight end.
And Hayden Hurst going vertically up the seams, dude.
Exactly, and I love that.
I just wrote an article about that. Shout out Hayden Hurst.
All right. I'm hitting the gluten-free one now, Jeff. This is the fresh
What kind
cheddar.
did you get? What the
thin
Freshetta
crust.
gluten-free? Okay.
Gluten-free, thin
Hope you
crust.
feel better, Jordan.
Yeah, you got to for the gluten free. You got to get a good thin crispy crust. Like I sent you the picture of the DiGiorno, and that just looked like the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen on a box. And so I did not buy it because I'm a brand loyalist, and I have found the pizza that I like. Shout out Sonoma Flatbread. They are part of. If you're familiar with Donato's is a local Columbus-based company that kind of spreads around a little bit, and this is kind of their in-store frozen pizza, and it's fantastic.
I like this one, Jeff. And I'm putting it up against Red Baron, and the Red Baron's about to get shot down, if you know what I'm saying. It's nice, it's tasty, thin crust, and it reminds me of like a Jersey bar pie. If you ever come to New Jersey, they do the bar pie. It's real thin crust, so they cook fast. I mean, obviously, it's not as good as a fresh pizza, but it's not bad.
We should have bracketed this out for Chef. I feel like we missed a fantastic opportunity to create a bracket for him to kind of go down through.
I'm keeping notes.
How many you got? 10 or not? What do you got?
I have 10.
That's insane.
Okay. Shout out to Chef's wife for making her own, right? You said she
And
made
she's got a
her
brand
own?
new baby, and she's doing that. She's a saint.
Yeah,
How
my
many-
wife's from North Jersey, and she has this family tradition with a French bread pizza that she makes and freezes it. So consider frozen pizza. But yeah, it's sitting right there next to the Outsiders, and I think I want to put it up against the Outsider.
Hey, Chef, could you message me the names so I could put these in the bracket?
I think they're in a tweet.
Wow, now I got to look that up.
My hands are all greasy. I'm eating pizza. I'm on a show, and you want me to write you a list of names?
I'm trying to put a bracket. All right, say them real quick then. Let's annoy the audience.
Right, did you guys?
We have the Elio's pizza, the bagel bites, the Totino's, DiGiorno stuffed crust, Red Baron, Tony's, Outsiders, Tombstone, and Freshetta, and then the homemade.
All right, thank you. Sorry. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
I just want to know, did you guys shout out Chef on his like professional, like he had to time out these pizzas? Did y'all talk about that earlier? Because I still think that's
can't talk about it enough.
I think that's incredible that not only did the man have pizzas, but he had a plan. Like he knew how long to cook them at what like temperature, so he could just stagger this out over an hour.
Yeah, that's
hour and a half.
Life of being a chef. That's like every day.
It comes naturally. Like when I first started doing catering, you would walk into these kitchens before a job and you'd be like, wow, there's this small little oven. How the hell am I cooking for 50 people in this household? There's no way. And then you learn ways to work around the kinks in a smaller kitchen. And you know, I don't have like a huge kitchen here. I have a decent sized one, nice counter space, but I only have one oven. I'm not balling. I mean, I have a toaster oven too behind me to heat things up, so that helps out a lot. But yeah, so you do what you got to do. Plus, I wanted to make this nice little presentation here for all our guests out there.
And can we, speaking of our guests, can we shout out in the chat right now? Josh just announced something, and it's true. Julio is going to be number 2. So like,
oh wow,
shout out.
So who's switching? Josh going to switch to number 2 soon?
Number 2 for wide receiver 2. Okay, I see you.
Yep.
Nice. All right, Chef, have you had all your pizzas?
No, man, I still have I got 2 more in there now. I have a Tony's and a Tombstone coming out next.
Dang. Okay. We'll put this away.
All right, we're about halfway through. So I'm right on schedule here. I got a little timer going on here with the time frame of the show and the time frame of the pizzas and everything like that.
So number 2 was Derrick Henry's college number. So they both went to Alabama, and I think that's interesting that he's wearing Derrick Henry's college number.
Shout out. I mean, Alabama Roll Tide, you know.
Yeah, they're kind of good. They do make some decent players out of there. So
they've gone to a few national championships.
How much do you think they pay their players?
You know, I do a Debbie podcast, and I don't, they're
probably minimum wage or a little above.
My bad. That was a bad question.
Their bags get dropped.
Oh, dude, hundreds of thousands probably.
Yeah.
Shout out. All right, crew, what do you got? What did you bring for the pizza show?
Oh, yeah.
All right, moving on.
It's so small you can't fit.
Moving on.
I have pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls.
That's not all we have in stock in this house.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, pizza roll.
Roll Tide.
Pizza Roll Tide.
Pizza roll. That's some marketing that they should bring up over there. I just want to watch Chef, dude.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's almost like cathartic.
Tony's here. We got the Tombstone.
Yeah, Jordan's giving me a hard time about my OSU fandom. I think Jordan's a Laker, Yankee. I think maybe a Cowboy. No, he's a Panther fan. So and an Alabama fan.
He is a Panther fan. Shout out
Jordan. He's a Panthers fan. Yeah, I think he likes the Yankees and the Lakers in Alabama too. So you know,
what a guy. Shout out Jordan.
What a guy. The Outsiders. Shout out Outsiders is going in. It's gonna get.
It's going in.
Outsiders going in.
Sponsor the show.
So much pizza.
The wife. Oh wait, no, I gotta pull that other one in. Get that.
This is honestly more entertaining than anything else. This is what we're tuning in for, everyone. We're tuning in for Chef James Crease cooking the Outsiders pizza in the toaster oven.
In my office. Yeah.
He just fumbled, guys, but we're watching him as he's simultaneously putting in multiple pizzas. His form is impeccable. And if you watch, he turns around quickly, cleans his hands, and he's ready for the next.
Cleans his hand. That's a chef move. He didn't wash it. So if you ever go to a restaurant where Chef is cooking, just know you're getting not washed hands.
They weren't
But high
dirty.
quality.
I'm feeding myself there, Corey. Don't forget.
It's all for the bit. Come on, it's all for the bit. Obviously, in a professional setting, you may or may not.
I have my business. I have my business chef coat on. You just killed my business.
We should. Yeah, we got it. Sorry,
he
my bad,
left.
chef. No, I removed him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now we switch spots.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no, we're bouncing around.
Shout out. All right.
So what else is good in fantasy? Anything else good?
You gotta link it to.
I'm ready for real news, man. I'm just kind of like, this is the doldrums. I feel like it's
Right.
We're getting ready. Scott Fishbowl's coming up. That's exciting. So
Yeah.
That's exciting.
get that going.
Very
So
exciting.
we're finishing our FC Eliminator drafts finally because we apparently are the problem children that didn't finish theirs yet. But
Oh, we're the only ones that we didn't finish.
I think just about
the Eliminator.
we're up there. Yeah.
Hey, but shout out
Slowest
to
draft
Scott.
ever.
No. Guys, what
Been
just
what, a
happened
couple months?
with Mr. Fish?
Oh,
He won a big award. He won a major award.
Shout out. He won the Matthew Berry blah 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 award. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. What those two main?
We could probably do a little bit of research and
It's
figure
like
out.
something to do with influential.
I thought
Game
like-
Changer Award. Matthew
Game
Berry
changer.
Game Changer.
Yeah, there we go,
That's it.
Chef.
There you go. Major award.
Shout out to
That
Scott
That is a
Fish.
big deal.
Dude. Yeah, shout out
It's
to Scott Fish.
incredible. But I mean,
Better
like,
than any
come
pizza
on.
I got here, that's for sure.
Deserves it. He's killing it, man.
Oh, he 100% deserves it.
Yeah.
What he does with Scott Fishbowl is incredible. And we all get so excited for it. And I think people forget the charity part of it, but like the people who
When
get
them shirts
getting
coming out?
fights. Oh man, the
I need to buy a
shirt.
shirt.
Shout out SFB Heavy Maker. They did me up today.
Shout out.
Look for them again. They yeah.
Someone else who
Steven.
does that.
What they were you dropping some news here? What they hit you up with?
Who?
Chef said that the Abbey maker sent him up.
Oh,
I just wanted to make
yeah.
sure I got my Abby last year. So,
Yeah, they
you
did
know,
the same for
keep
me
happy.
yesterday.
So what
Great
is all
customer
that?
service. So
What is that? What is
You just
that?
said no.
well, I didn't.
So
Yeah,
SFB Abby Maker. Shout out to the
Steven.
Abby Makers.
There he is.
Shout out to
Yeah, shout out Steven.
Steven_Roto. They
And
do
the other people.
the majority of the SFB avatars for Scott Fishbowl, and they put all their proceeds towards charity. So if you're out there,
nice.
if you're watching this show, if you're part of Scott Fishbowl, go to SFB Abby Makers. You can find them at SFB Abby Maker, I believe, on Twitter.
Yeah.
And they'll hook you up, man. I think it's like a $10 donation, and all of it goes to the charity. Like, this is what this event is for. It's about giving back. Fantasy Cares, Toys for Tots. It all works hand in hand, and they do a great job over there and helping out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the theme this year, I'm very excited about it with it being music. And we're trying right now to find, if you are in the community and you produce original music and you want to be involved in the Scott Fish Podathon, we are looking for you. John is going to be on there. I think Herms will have some on there. I've gotten some clips already from people, and it is amazing how many multi-talented people are in this community. People that are able to create both fantastic fantasy football content and original music creations. And so being able to feature those on this here Podathon this year with live music and music just being the theme in general, I think almost everybody at some level enjoys music. So I think it's really going to be a unifying thing in the community and something that I think that we all kind of need a little bit.
Man, that Tombstone, whew, one of them was spicy.
What?
It was spicy.
I think the Tony's was a little bit spicier. The sauce was a little
Interesting.
spicier.
So we talk about Herms. Shout out Herms. Put Mike's Hot Honey. Get Mike's Hot Honey and put that on your pizza or dip your crust in that. That's phenomenal.
Shout out Mike.
Mike's Hot Honey.
Hey,
Mike's Hot
we
Honey.
sponsor the show. Shout out Mike's. Use code CHAOS to get 0% off.
If everybody puts in the code chaos, then maybe they'll think, what's up? And they'll just find us. So
We know they're watching. Shout out Mike's Hot Honey. You say Hot Honey?
Hot Honey. Mike's Hot Honey.
Hot Honey. Hot Honey.
Use the promo code COTE on your next purchase.
COTE code chaos or code, whatever it is, put it in. You get $0 off.
A little website called Amazon.com.
Can I tell you how much I love that you're wearing your chef's jacket and shorts? It's like one of my favorite.
You're not supposed to see my legs. It's a podcast.
Yeah, well, you're total dad.
Look at that.
You're just
This is
in.
what we came here for. Which one is this one, Chef? Outsiders, right?
Oh, we got the Outsiders coming out. We got my wife's personal recipe, and
Well, we know which one
DiGiorno's
won.
Stuffed crust.
Well, if you want to sleep in your bed, you know which one to answer.
Yeah, well, I got a newborn. I really don't
Outsider.
sleep anyway, so I'm going to be honest, okay? I'm going to be honest here. I was told no bias takes. They all look great. I mean, this is like the grand finale of wow. Oh my God, Heartburn City here. Pepperoni.
Which one's
Planet.
which, dude?
Oh, we got the Outsiders
Cups is
right
Outsiders.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is your DiGiorno stuffed crust. I just cut it up a little bit. It was a personal, and then this is my wife's. Beautiful.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
the cheese.
Look at that
the
cheese.
Yeah.
That's going to be the good one.
You don't really get that off a frozen pizza too often.
Yeah, that's called a cheese pull. You gotta let it,
Hey, tell her to make one on garlic bread next.
I'm gonna try the DiGiorno stuffed crust now and probably burn my mouth.
We got to eat stuffed crust backwards. So okay, you kind of got it there. Yeah, I like that. I like that form, chef.
That is
You got
great. I
both.
mean, well positioned plate too to catch any crumbs or cheese or sauce.
I mean,
How is it going?
the cheese is it looks like it's a frozen mozzarella string cheese inside the
Oh, the stick.
That's some decent
Oh,
pull,
and
though.
crust. That's right. I forgot you did that.
Yeah. That's
I wouldn't go stuffed
unfortunate.
crust. You know.
I've never been a fan of stuffed crust. It just seems like it's extra calories I don't
much.
need. I'm trying to watch this.
DiGiorno's pretty good though. I'll give them
You
that.
look good though.
But
Jake,
like,
just
but
saying.
a stuffed crust is like getting a breadstick, but it's already included. You
Yeah.
know?
You could
like a
dump that
cheesy
right
bread,
on the
like a
extra
cheesy
sauce.
Like a
bread.
cheesy bread. Yeah.
Ooh.
But it's just
Totally.
included.
See, I feel like the only real stuffed crust I've had is Pizza Hut, and I feel like I just want to eat the stuffed crust and not the actual pizza whenever I have that. So
So they
So,
did their job. They
Is
get-
Pizza
they-
Hut a sponsor? I need to know real quick.
we don't have any
Oh,
sponsors, so these are
okay.
all unbiased
Great.
takes.
No,
Well,
there's
here's
They're
my
sponsored.
take. There's like 2 Pizza Huts near me, and they are. I'm sorry, shout out if they want to sponsor. They're terrible. One time I had to wait so long in the drive-thru for them to even come to the window that I created a
Right.
Yelp account. I went to go pick it up. I created a Yelp account in the drive-thru and rated them before they even came to ask my name.
That's some serious.
Damn.
What?
Pizza
And
Hut.
I never
Pity on
give
Pizza Hut.
bad ratings.
I think
It
the
was like-
business model for Pizza Hut is essentially go where nobody else is and just kind
Sell
of.
pizzas.
But the pizza's good. I prefer their pizza to Domino's, but Domino's has the better performance, you know?
I remember when
Pizza's
Pizza Hut
good.
was like good. It wasn't even like a takeout kind of thing. It was like you
No.
went there for a family, like sit down salad bar,
Growing
endless
up,
salad bar at Pizza Hut.
let's go get a nice meal. Let's go to Pizza Hut.
Yeah, like
Oh.
what happened to that?
I got
There's still there's like a handful of them around. Corey,
No, I don't want to cut you off, man. You were talking. Finish
you were
your thought.
raising your hand, so
Thank you,
and
called
that's-
on
That's
it.
that's
Since you called on me.
fantastic right there. That looks great.
that
What
does
is that
look
one?
fantastic.
Outsiders calling pause. Is that Outsiders? Outsiders never got back to us.
Yes, they did.
Kind of. They sent
They
us a
didn't.
survey.
They didn't get
Yeah, I'm going to
What
answer
are we
their
supposed to
survey
do?
after I eat their pizza.
Yeah,
What are we
Outsiders.
supposed to
you're
do with
watching.
this survey? We asked them to
I
get
don't know.
involved, and they sent us a survey. What are we going to
Yeah.
do with that?
They didn't get back to us at all. Outsiders, you're watching. Get back to us for real. Chef, how did you think about that Detroit style?
Let me mull that one over a little bit.
Okay. Because like I said, the Chicago wasn't that good. So it was a pepperoni. They had the actual pepperonis, but they also had like that cut up stuff. And it was just too much pepperoni for my,
Oh,
you know what I mean? It was just way too much. Like, you know, the crust was good, you know, flaky, and the sauce was fine, but I just didn't like the overwhelmingness of the pepperoni.
Interesting.
I don't know. I don't know if you can have too much pepperoni. on
Yeah,
pizza.
You can.
I'm kind of with you.
Apparently
You
you can.
can.
I have a whole bunch of pepperoni over here.
Yeah,
I
Chef
don't
stuff.
know.
Yeah. Shout out to Chef James.
There's when I met Jen, I was a chef. I was a line cook at a pizza place. It was towards the end of my kitchen
You're a
career.
chef.
And we had a pizza called the Double Deckeroni. It had
Ooh.
200 pepperonis on it for a large.
That seems too much.
It was really good because you do the layer pepperoni, then a layer of cheese and hot sauce, and then another layer of pepperoni.
Well, that's okay. So you layered it. It's like a lasagna.
Yes.
Pizza.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
No.
I don't know. You guys have probably heard of Old Chicago.
Yeah, that place. Oh, dude, do you have that down there too?
Dude, it came from here. It
What?
started here.
Well, I had
Yeah,
one
no.
in Michigan. It closed
So
down.
the one that I worked at was the second one ever.
Oh, shut
We're
up.
the second
It was
restaurant.
fine. It was fine.
It's
Yeah.
all right, dude.
All
It's,
overpriced. If I'm being honest.
Did anybody else get Domino's pizza delivered to their high school? Like that was like a
yeah,
normal
pizza
thing.
parties.
Shout out Domino's.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
No,
shout out
I grew up in
Domino's
a
for
little-
sponsoring every educational
They sponsor the show
aspect
too.
of the country
hmm
and the show as well. They
We
might be
had
better than
east of
outsiders.
Chicago, but we did not have old Chicago. But east of Chicago is not good.
I will take another slice of whatever you want to bring down. I still
Shout
have
out
one
to
more
Jen.
Totino's. Dude, she's the best. She's the best. She's eating all the other pizza that I didn't eat. So
Shout
So
out.
here's a thought. Here's a thought to just marinate. Do you think we love pizza because we love pizza, or do we love pizza because it was cheap and we had ingrained in our head that pizza parties were a prize?
Yes.
Pizza's delicious.
Ooh.
You know? But you know what I'm saying? Like there's other
Yeah,
food
pizza's
that's just as
delicious.
good, but it's like a good, cheap,
And it's
like
easy to
prize
eat,
food.
you know, like,
yeah.
no
it's easy to
utensil.
make.
Like were we conditioned to thinking that pizza was the 101? Like
You get Pavloved.
I think we
Well, I
might have,
think
we
man.
might
if
have.
it's the 101. I think it's very good. I mean, I wouldn't be eating it if it wasn't good. I don't know. I don't think that I've gotten Pavlov to the point of eating pizza. But the point being, are we conditioned to? Yeah, maybe I feel the same way with cheeseburgers. I just got too many cheeseburgers growing up, and now I just love cheeseburgers. And
We
what are
got
you
too
gonna
many
do?
cheeseburgers, pizza. Oh, I feel that. I get Cooter's
Shout out
point.
Craig. He's totally right.
Dude. I mean, what do you? Okay. For a pizza, do you guys prefer the crust, the dough, or the like sauce more?
So that depends on where you're getting pizza from.
Yes.
It's like, okay, so for instance, the
Sure.
Red Baron pizza, that crust is fantastic. The DiGiorno's, though, I didn't love it. Like the pizza part of
Totally.
it, the sauce part of it's delicious, but the crust,
But what do you prefer? Okay, Cooter's got some. We're
The
hitting
whole
nerves
is greater than the sum of its
Look at
parts,
Chef.
my dude.
yeah, yes.
here. What did you just say, Cooter?
The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. I'm not taking these apart. Like they are combined greater than what they are apart.
I don't know. Just-
Not the H hole. The
Just,
W.
you just
is
grab
double.
a couple pepperonis out of the fridge when you've got them, and
I'm taking
it's
a-
pretty delicious. So,
I'm going to take a break from eating for a second and jump in
you okay,
here.
bud?
Shout out to
Unacceptable.
David Courtney of Barstool Sports. He does
coming on
the,
the show.
he is the pizza guy. Great guy. I
By the way,
watched
guys.
it. I've been to a lot of places that he does research in because, of course, he hits New York, Staten Island, Long Island,
Research.
Jersey. A couple pizzerias around here. Shout out Pete and Elda's from Neptune,
Shout
New
out.
Jersey. I grew up around that area. The
There you
great
go.
bar pie, great crust, nice and crunchy. And that's what I wanted to get to. And you said, you don't take it apart. It's how they all work together, Cooter.
There you
Because
go.
when you start eating a pizza, it can't have too much sauce on it. It has to have just enough sauce. And the sauce has to be flavorful. It can't be bland. It can't be out of a can. If you're making pizza with canned sauce, go somewhere. All right.
Where are we going?
That's not what we do. Go home and don't come back to the kitchen.
I mean, that's probably
Alright.
where you're making it. If
But
you're using canned sauce,
cook
you're
in
already
your
home.
kitchen. Yeah.
guys.
You'd be surprised.
Maybe
You'd be
not in your-
surprised.
Oh
Old
no!
Chicago
don't say
used-
that.
We used canned sauce at Old Chicago.
Oh
But
no!
don't you have to make a sauce from tomatoes in a can?
Not
No.
necessarily.
Well, you
no.
can
Shout out
get
to Sam.
tomatoes
Oh,
not in a
oh,
can,
you're-
Corey.
I mean, I get the San
They don't grow in a
Marzano.
can.
You can get the San Marzanos and you can make a nice
Pinto.
sauce, but yes, you
Whole
still
deal.
have to put your own touch
Whole
on it. You have to add your own flavor to it.
Whole
Okay.
deal.
And then the cheese, it has to be a nice cheese,
Fresh
nice
milk.
mozzarella cheese,
Low moisture.
low moisture. And you know what? Shout out to margarita. I love margarita pizza too. And me and my wife, we love grandma Sicilians, nice flat bread, flat, thin Sicilian pie with a homemade sauce, fresh buffalo mozz, touch a little basil pesto on that.
A little BP.
It's good, but it all has to go together. The crust has to be a little crunch to it, not too much crunch, like
Not-
overdone like some of the other ones I've been
You don't want
tasting.
flaccid crust. No flaccid.
See, I think the sauce might be the most important part, but really the crust might be the most underrated part because a crust, you don't really think about it, but it can really ruin the pie very
Flavor
easily.
crust? The pie. Ooh. Shout out, Emily.
Shout out
to Emily.
Oh, hey, buddy.
And what about dessert pizzas? So not even like dessert pizzas. What about like
Yes, Steven.
macaroni pizzas or like Mexican pizzas or breakfast pizzas as well?
So I worked at a
Shout out, Jack. What's
pizzeria.
good? What's
My
pop?
what's up, Jack? My first pizzeria, trattoria that I worked at as a chef, this guy got almost fired for making a cannoli pizza.
Oh.
He took everything from the dessert bar and he put blueberries, he put strawberries, he put cannoli cream all over the damn thing, chocolate
amazing.
syrup,
Bars.
and baked
Yeah,
it in the oven. They
They
almost
pay
fired him
people
for
for
it.
R&D for that.
I mean, nowadays I could have made a fortune off of that pie.
Yeah, that's
If you think
R&D.
about it, people come in
You're gonna
like
fire me for doing some R&D?
you charge $30 for that pizza.
Out of it.
And
Hey, guys,
the owner was pretty upset. But like I said, we're Italians from New York. People get upset really easy around here.
Jersey, but
Jackson wants to say hi real quick if you guys don't mind.
Jackson.
Hey, Jackson.
Hey, how do you feel about Julio Jones?
How do you feel about Julio Jones?
Good.
He feels good
Right.
about it. So there you go.
Yeah.
The most important
Right.
thing you can take from our show tonight. Okay, can you say bye?
You gotta clip it. You gotta clip it.
Let's quote that. Jackson says Julio Jones, he's feeling good.
You're feeling good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, kid, I love you.
It got
And
hot in here.
And Jackson, on his jersey, it's gonna be this many.
How many is that? How many is Cooter holding up?
2.
That's
Good
right. Number 2.
Out number 2. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh,
And he's out.
deuces.
But he brought me more pizza.
Oh, that was a great delivery.
That's a good move by Jen as well.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Jackson, take this to Daddy.
She's smart.
Oh yeah,
She's
and so
also
is he apparently.
yeah. Well, I'm really smart for marrying her. I don't know how smart she is for marrying me, but
We need to get her on one
Wanna
of these.
talk
If
about
we
it?
get a topic that she likes, we got to get her on.
oh, dude, for sure, we should do Mexican food and have her on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it
there
is
you go.
Taco Tuesday. Shout out LeBron James.
Oh,
Did he
tacos. I
invent
love
Taco
tacos.
Tuesday?
Should we do like tacos next week?
No,
I'm
tacos
down.
was way before LeBron James.
Yes, it was way before LeBron James, but dude,
Well,
yeah,
I'm going Taco Tuesday. Didn't he trademark it? I don't know.
He tried to. didn't he?
Absolutely not.
I think he tried.
He's an innovator. I mean,
And
LeBron.
speaking of taco seasoning,
It's
of course,
taco
shout out to
season.
Bo.
Shout out to Big
Yeah.
Bo.
Shout out, get the whole bundle. What is it like $5 off to get all 4?
I got the bundle.
You get the bundle.
I did the
You know,
bundle.
You might as well.
The hot chicken stuff is still.
Fucking hot.
Frozen
Yes,
Mexican
fucking hot.
food sounds.
Taquitos,
something
mini
else.
tacos, frozen burritos,
We're getting a lot of
frozen bean
sodium
burritos.
shows. Dude, taquitos.
Oh man, no way! The like 50-cent ones when we were all kids, the little wand ones. Did you guys have those?
Mhm.
They were like
my wife gets them.
Yeah.
Dude, you microwave them in the packaging and they like explode and they're delicious and they're terrible for you. But like, if let's say there was a point in your life where you smoked a lot of pot and like you just eat 4 of those at night before you went to bed because you were poor.
Not
What'd you
mentioning
say?
any names.
Say,
Not mentioning any names.
friend I know.
Of course not. No names.
Are we doing a draft?
Yeah, we're gonna
I
do
don't know.
I don't know what's going
pizza
on anymore.
toppings,
Oh, we're doing
and
that.
and we can run
Pizza
through those.
toppings?
Run through the yeah, we do pizza toppings real fast. I mean,
Okay.
we can come up
That's an
each come up with
interesting one.
like 3 pizza toppings. We're doing a pizza show.
To me, if you only have one topping on a pizza and you're paying for it, you're missing out. That's unfortunate for you.
No, sometimes I just go straight cheese.
And what's
What?
that? Where's that
I
bracket
never
at,
eat
Corey?
cheese pizza.
Oh, we're still all right. Well, dude, we're talking about a draft, a bracket.
We got all kinds of stuff.
It sounded
going
like
on.
Jeff was in a hurry.
Well, not at all. I just,
You're
Cheese
trying to work
pizza
this
is-
out.
It's getting a little
basic.
crusty over there.
All right, so you've had all 10 of yours, Chef?
Yeah, yeah, they're all done.
Okay, I don't know how to cross this off. It made a bracket, but I think you print it off and you use it, so we're gonna have to pretend. And also,
Okay.
since you have 10, it looked like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them got a first round bye.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
That's weird.
So we're going Tony's versus Outsiders. The top right.
Um,
over here. I don't know how to.
Don't even
Tony's
think.
versus Outsiders.
I don't know how to edit.
I'll give it to Outsiders. I like Tony's sauce, but the
Okay.
Outsiders got it.
I don't
So you
know.
see
I
my-
feel like we should veto that though, because the outsiders just sent us a survey. So I
Yeah,
think maybe just
honestly,
boot them from the
Tony's.
first
Shout out
round.
to Tony's. I think you're better, but I have no idea. Oh no! Look at this. A random grenade.
Connor, not pineapple,
Connor,
buddy.
And we're eliminating Connor. Connor, I'm sorry. You're out here.
I can't do pineapple. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Oh
again,
man,
this is
yeah,
kind of
that's
a-
like the
a
that's like
weird
the
bracket.
the 16
fight
12
you
in my
all.
draft.
Pineapple is my 1.01.
I can't
You
edit
would
this
like
out.
pineapple.
I do love
Right.
pineapple, man.
All right, what's the next one there? Tombstone versus Outsider?
Tombstone
Outsiders.
versus Outside. So Outsiders moves on versus
Outsiders.
Bruschetta and the Homemade. Oh, this is a good
Oh
one.
man, that's a tough bracket right there because the homemade was really good. You got to move on the homemade. Homemade's moving up.
So it's Outsiders versus Homemade. Let's pause it there. Let's take it over
Okay.
to Red Baron versus Elios.
That's an easy one. Red Baron was much better than Elio's.
So Bagel Bites got the first round buys.
Both tasting like cardboard for the most part, and I will go ahead and put Bagel Bites over both of those Red Baron and Elio's because the Bagel Bites, they're a classic little kids treat. You still have them at your football parties, and they're easier. I don't remember anybody passing out Elio's pizza at our football games, and yeah.
Okay, you've redeemed yourself with the pineapple.
Okay, so it's then Bagel Bites moves on. So Totino's versus DiGiorno's.
Oh man, I'm gonna lose a sponsorship here, but I didn't really care for the DiGiorno's stuffed crust personal pie that I had. It, like I said, it tasted like there was a frozen mozzarella cheese stick inside the crust.
Cook's error? Like, could that be on?
Nope, definitely not Cook's error. Right. Certified.
Second.
All pizzas were cooked to temperature the way they were supposed to, and then slightly heated up.
Okay.
To just eat.
So what are you going then? Totino's?
I'm going to put the Totino's on there, man, because like I said again, the appetizer aspect. So we have two appetizers going up against each other: the Bagel Bites and the Totino's.
Pizza rolls. What are you going? Pizza rolls or Bagel Bites?
Bagel Bites.
That's tough.
Okay, then Bagel Bites in the final. We're going up against Homemade versus Outsiders.
What?
Wow,
I just heard.
It's the Homemade, man.
Yes,
Outsiders. I will give you my honest opinion on Outsiders. Okay, for everybody that is out there and they're saying that they're great pizza. It's not bad frozen pizza. It's very doughy. So if you're out there, it reminds me of the high school pizza before Domino's took over. They had that flat sheet pan pizza,
the rectangle.
Yeah, like the whole sheet pan, and you would just go through the line and they would shovel it onto your lunch tray, and that's what it's like. I couldn't get through it. The crust is all right. It needed more sauce. If you can see this, it's very dry.
Wow,
very dry.
For
that much dough of a crust, it needed more sauce. It just didn't do it for me in the sense. And as you can see, there's no leftover Homemade. I think I have like a little.
What is it? So it's Homemade versus what is it? Bagel Bites.
Bagel Bites. This is really pretty epic, if you ask me.
So what is it?
All right. Well,
Bagel Bites.
Homemade. It's Homemade.
Oh,
I gotta do it.
There we go.
I gotta do it. I will take my wife's recipe 10 times over any frozen food product, hands down. But Bagel Bites were close. If I was on that, like Nate said earlier, that late night munchy kind of, I just need pizza now, and everything's closed at 3:00 in the morning, except for a 24-hour little shop mart, whatever gas station. You can find a Bagel Bites or a Totino's or something like that in a freezer at a little gas station, and that'll work. That'll work for me.
Gas station pizza.
So we just did an episode about frozen pizza, and in our finals of our bracket, we didn't even have frozen pizza. We had Bagel Bites and we had homemade.
No. My wife's frozen pizza.
Okay.
Because it's a frozen pizza recipe.
She make it
frozen.
No, it's not.
Yes, she did. No, she makes it.
Like
she uses Calandras. She uses Calandras French bread. Shout out Calandras, North Jersey. All right. She does not make her own sauce. I won't say what sauce it is. She does the cheese and she cuts fresh pepperoni and puts seasonings on top.
True. So
wraps it up and freezes it, and then we cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's nice and crispy and soft. And you saw the cheese pull on there. There's no denying that cheese pull.
That cheese pull is epic.
That was like epic. A fresh cheese pull, if you ask me.
That was epic.
But here we are, frozen pizza draft then. 3 rounds, that's 15. I don't even know if we have 15 different varieties.
We're going to find out real quick.
Oh, we're going to use the...
Apparently, we should always pick Homemade. But it looks like Jeff.
I wasn't going to do my wife like that, man.
So my gluten-free life, the best one that I've found is the Sonoma flatbread. Again, shout out Sonoma flatbread. Certainly open to sponsorships. Local here in Columbus. So, my heart in the home. So,
but best ever, like that's what you would take first.
Yeah, it's actually delicious. I highly recommend it. Even if you are not a gluten-free person, I highly recommend at least trying it. I think that they do a very good job.
Isn't Sonoma the Kohl's brand?
I don't know. I don't think
Shout out Coles. We know you're sponsored.
Cole's not pizza, Corey.
Well, I'm
Williams
just saying.
Sonoma is a cooking brand.
But the pizza's cold. Just kidding.
No, okay.
I know.
All right, Nate.
So
Daniel.
this is going to be a little controversial, and it's not a kind that we had today. But Costco, the Costco brand frozen pizza.
That's what I was thinking too.
Dude, and I should have made. We have a bunch upstairs. I didn't make any, but their cheese is. And the best part is that you take the frozen pizza and you put whatever toppings you want on it before you bake it, and you can make it anything you want.
Not as good as their fresh though. Have you ordered it like in house?
That's what we had for lunch yesterday.
Those are better than the frozen, but frozen. I get first round Costco. I get it.
Oh no, the fresh Costco pizza from
Way better.
Their food court is the best.
Way better.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like Chef, you had 10 of them, technically 9 of them.
You know, I'm sweating pepperoni over here, man.
SP.
Meat sweats.
Yeah, the meat sweats.
Shout out.
Well, I have to go with my bagel bites then, because that's the one that was top of my bracket. So
That's
I'll go
true.
with bagel bites.
That's absolutely big facts out there. How bagel bites? Did Totino's make those as well, though?
No.
No, that's an Ora Ida product.
Oh, wow. Shout out. Do they have good French fries?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Cooter.
All right,
Really?
I have to go with Totino's party pizza, man. That's the go-to. Like you need a quick fix. Like that's it.
Are
That's
we
the
gonna have a
101.
French fries show? I feel like that.
Oh, man, Shirley Fries, sign me
Oh, we
up,
have
bro.
to have a French fries show.
McDonald's. Shout out bagel bites. All right, for me, first off, I got to shout out Connor. Of course, we have home run in pizza. Because that's what I'm
I
going
have
with.
no
home run
idea
in.
what that is. Oh,
Home run
my
in,
presentation
demolished
just fell
mine.
over.
I'll send you some if it's possible.
Corey, you guys aren't that far apart. He's
I'm
in
back. Shit.
he's in like North Dakota.
Who?
North Dakota, the Kalamazoo is
Michigan.
like
Yeah,
that's,
but that's not that far.
that's like
it's
15 hours.
What? Dude, I'm in Michigan.
Yeah, but that's still okay. Anyway,
Dude,
North
All right,
Dakota.
hold on, he's in Sioux Falls. 1 sec. Let's see this.
South Dakota. I'm sorry.
What's the difference? It's just top and bottom.
There's a line in between somewhere.
All right, Sioux Falls. How should I walk?
It's
walk
never
or
a good
drive?
idea when the first thing that comes up is flight prices. As somebody that looks up between two locations, if the first thing that comes up is flight prices, that's going to be a bad idea. But it's about an 11-hour drive in between Sioux Falls and Kalamazoo, Michigan.
That is a lot longer than I would have thought it was.
I have 1420 if we avoid
Geography.
highways, and I like to take the scenic route.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, 10 hours, 32 minutes. I mean, it's close, like technically, right? Like, dude, back in the day, imagine like you're loading up your wagon. Shout out, load the wagon. You're loading up your wagon, dude. It's a cross country trip. That takes months.
Months.
Dude, live
gotta
stream it.
totally
Live stream it. We'll
some-
hop on with you. We talk the whole way. It's fun.
George
Load-
some rivers,
Literal
and
load the wagon.
somebody might get dysentery.
Hey, dying from dysentery. Shout out. Okay, so but I'm back to back here. I didn't really plan that far ahead. Shit. What did I eat? You took Totino's party pizza. That's a solid one. I'll just go Jack's. I'll go Jack's. I'll keep it simple. Shout out Jack's Pizza. I just had it. It's solid. Sometimes you get a 2 for $5 deal or something. Shout out Steven. I'll meet you at the actual Home Run Inn restaurant. But Cooter,
All
you're
right.
up.
I'm going to go. I have to go with DiGiorno stuffed crust.
Oh,
Ooh.
Chef was hating on it. How do you spell this?
Capital D-I.
DiGiorno.
DiGiorno means daily.
Does
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It does? Oh,
I
it's
don't
daily pizza.
Zuppa DiGiorno is the soup of the day.
What?
Zuppa DiGiorno means soup of the day.
Soup? Oh,
Zuppa.
soup
Zuppa. Z-U-P-P-A. It means it's soup in Italian. And I'm gonna go after that. Shout out to Bo in the chat. I put my note next to Tony's as it was good. The sauce was a little bit spicier. The cheese melted okay, and the crust wasn't complete cardboard. So I'm gonna go with Tony's. Hey Tony, for number 2.
Time.
Yeah, Tony 2 times. Tony 2 times.
That's T Tony 2 times. No, 2 is 2. Tony.
I'm gonna go get the
T-
papers.
T
Get the papers.
T cubed. Triple T. Nate's like, I just want to make my pick here.
I'm trying to think. So actually, I'm going with one I just had for the first time tonight, man. Red Baron.
Oh.
That Red Baron, I can't believe I've lived my whole life without having Red Baron. I remember the Red Baron commercials with like the fighter pilot and whatnot, but just never had it until now. Man, it was delicious.
Delicious. And speaking of delicious, Jeff.
Shout out Red Baron.
Red Baron oven.
Yeah, so here's my thing. So I found a frozen pizza that I like, and with my lifestyle, I can only really, it's probably unlimited. So if I find something I like, I'm getting that, and so I'm not picking something else. I'm very upset by the amount of flack that I get about my pizza rolls take, because pizza rolls are terrible. So what you can do instead of pizza rolls, mozzarella sticks are my pick. Mozzarella sticks, because they're so much better than pizza rolls. You can get almost any sort of mozzarella stick, and it's better than a pizza roll. It's about the same price. I looked up pizza roll costs, and it's like $3.49 at Target. You can get a solid Harvest Farms or whatever mozzarella sticks for the same price, and pick out your good sauce and some mozzarella sticks.
I'm not accepting that answer.
I think he has a point. It's breaded, it's cheesy, and you can dip it in a tomato sauce.
You could dip it, but
it's like it's like Tim Tebow.
Yeah,
he's not really a tight end, but he's kind of like a tight end.
Get him out of here,
guys. The passion that he had.
Tim Tebow of pizza.
And then if I'm going to follow it up, the other thing that I'm going to tell you to do is you get a pack of crescent rolls. And what you do is you get some crescent rolls, you get some just cheese sticks, and you get some pepperoni. You lay out your crescent rolls. You lay these cheese sticks in there with the pepperoni. You roll it up, and it makes a delicious homemade pizza roll that blows actual pizza rolls out of the water. Pizza rolls are gross, and stop eating them.
Shout out Freshetta for Jeff Bell. Jeff, this was a good gluten-free pizza. I wasn't mad about this one at all. Okay, so I mean, I like mozzarella sticks, but pizza.
Okay,
pizza.
So Brazzi bites are another good idea. So they can get those frozen. So those are gluten-free, and they're kind of like the version of mozzarella sticks that I can eat. So Brazzi bites will be my next one if you're not going to give me mozzarella sticks, because it is what it is.
What, Brazzi bites?
Yep. No. Something like that.
That's a Brazzi bite.
Oh, Brazzi.
This is the second raging Jeff that we've had tonight, and again, I support it. I would like more. Jeff,
Brazzi
just be you. I'm loving this. I love the rage.
It's Brazi. Brazzi bites. They come in all different varieties. They're so much better than pizza rolls. Pizza rolls are gross. Stop eating pizza rolls.
We've seen Jeff now on mozzarella cheese. So Jeff, easy, bud. You might have a little withdrawal after this episode.
I know.
And as the only person that said that I have pizza rolls in my freezer, just at me, Jeff. Just at me.
Yeah, okay? Just at me. Sorry, Maine.
Hey, we have pizza rolls in our freezer too. I don't hate them.
Yeah, pizza rolls are good, dude.
Yeah,
I literally had no frozen pizza in my freezer at all. I had to literally go out and buy every single one.
Pizza, so you're admitting your wife's not frozen.
Zero, except for my wife's.
All right, so I'm going to go weird here, because this was a weird one that we had when I was a kid. The lean cuisine French bread pizzas.
Yeah.
I don't know why my mom bought those for us, but it was those, or it was the Totino's party pizzas. Those were the two that we always had around.
I mean, I can feel it. It's a quick, healthier.
I mean, I liked them when I was a kid. I haven't had one since I was like 12, so they're probably gross, but I don't know what else to do, because I don't like DiGiorno's apparently.
Fair enough. I wasn't a big fan of the DiGiorno either. And,
I just didn't like the crust. Like, I didn't finish any.
We tried to reach out to this company. We wanted to hook everybody up today.
Pineapple's delicious. Go Connor.
I love pineapple on my shish kebab and my.
But not pizza.
Good pineapple
but
bacon.
Not
you get a little bit of the sweet and a little bit of the salty.
I mean, I'll give you a Hawaiian pizza. That's fine, especially if you're in Hawaii.
I'm gonna go for number 3. I'm gonna go with the Outsiders. Okay, not the best.
Not if you sponsor the show
on my bracket, but just got blanketed out there by with jalapenos, lean cuisine.
Jalapenos and pineapple. I'll meet you in the
shout out Outsiders. Who let Corey drive on pizza? I don't know, but Shout out Outsiders. Thanks for getting back to us. We appreciate you, and I will definitely be filling out your survey with my honest opinion about your brand pizza. Shout out Detroit style pizza company, damn good. Maybe.
Maybe if you sponsor it, yes. All right, Cooter.
All right.
Totino's stuffed crust. Hot Pocket.
That's another thing that's
a
gross.
steal.
That's another gross.
A late steal.
Shout out to Jim
Thank
Gaffney.
you.
All right, Corey, what do you got for us? How are you going to round it out, man?
This is what, the 15th pick. I don't know how it's lasted past 5.
What?
Technically, I know how it's lasted past 5 because I picked 6th. But for the last one, I mean, dude, California Pizza Kitchen.
Well, there's been some chatter about that in the chat.
I
didn't know they made frozen pizza until today.
Come on.
Yeah, it's okay.
Come on. I mean, you could also hit like your local,
it looks good.
Dude, get a CPK, eat it. Yeah, Tombstone also was a good one, of course. Tombstone, Jack's, Tony's. It's like it might as well be the same. Bo gets it. Bo says it's amazing. That's the best pick of the draft.
Okay.
Barbecue chicken. Steven gets it, dude. Shout out.
Looks good. I'll give you that.
Over.
Oh, Steven's just kissing up to you because he likes you.
Hey, because we home
the nearest California Pizza Kitchen for me is how many miles?
There's one pretty close to mine.
Just because
but they have
about
a
60
grocery store pizza too.
They're
they got frozen pizza. They're like, sure, go to their restaurant too if you want fresh, like your wife's homemade bread there. But California Pizza Kitchen, shout out it. I mean, it's a yellow box. Find it at your local Meijer, Target, Walmart, insert grocery store name. I'm a Illinois guy, so mine's Jewel. You got, what are you, a Kroger or something?
Yeah, Kroger. So my daughter loves the macaroni and cheese from California Pizza Kitchen, but she thinks it's butter noodles, so she calls it butter noodles. And Elizabeth, if you're watching this, get in bed. But she loves she'll tell us to order the butter noodles, and so it's kind of one of those things that we let it go. But it's mac and cheese. I just think it's really funny. Got to be there, apparently. Parenting.
With that, the pizza stuff. What are we going to do next week? We'll throw the topic out.
I think we should bring it up on Twitter and let everybody decide again.
Yeah, let them decide.
Like for the dinner, should we do the dinner party again?
I mean, I think so.
It doesn't have to be the topic of the show. Like
I'm not getting 10 things and doing a bracket system again. That's for sure. I think I'm going to go. Great dedication. We'll for sure put it out on Twitter. So follow us on Twitter, and we'll put